Nicole Stevenson, training columnist for Canadian Running Magazine and a high-performance run coach based in Toronto. Today I'm going to talk about the taper for the marathon. Very important aspect of training to get the best performance on race day. Many people have heard of tapering, but aren't quite sure what it means or when it starts. Well, typically it begins about 3 weeks before the big race day. Here's where you cut back a bit on mileage and hone in on that race pace that's coming up. Here's a basic example of a taper plan. Starting about 3 weeks before the marathon, you want to cut back to about 75% of your mileage that week. That's including easy days and your workout days. The next week, you're cutting down to about 50% or half of your usual volume. Here, you're going to feel the benefits of resting. And the week of race day, that's where you're hardly running at all. Just light, easy jogs to take off the edge of all those nerves you're feeling. So that final taper week before the race, that's where you're really going to notice a difference. You've got a lot of time on your hands because you're hardly training and a lot of energy from nerves and the rest that you've been going through. So think about here to plan your nutrition for the week of the race and particularly the days leading up to the race. About 4 days before the marathon, you really want to carbo load. I'm sure you've heard that term. What that means is increasing your carb intake by about 10% each day. So along with nutrition comes hydration, a key component to a successful race day. Here again, about 4 days before the race, sip water throughout the day, increasing your liquid intake by again about 10%. If it's going to be hot on race day, think about taking in some electrolyte drinks as well. With the extra time, you can also plan what needs to be done for race weekend. This includes picking up your race kit, when you're going to go there, how much time you're going to spend, preparing your race gear, what shoes you're going to wear, make sure you've got your bib and your timing chip. Are you bringing gels with you? All these things are important to consider before race day so that you're well organized leading into it. So to recap the taper, in essence, we're cutting back on mileage, resting up for race day, and focusing on our nutrition and hydration to get the most out of ourselves at the marathon.